All right, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is Gagan Sarkaria live here on our YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and Facebook for Inspired Insights live stream today. Welcome to the month of June. It is June 13th, and we are going to rock and roll and kind of unveil the energies of this month. So let me ask you, how has June been so far? Pretty rocky or pretty smooth? So let's say hello to William. Hi, William. How are you doing?
Hi,
Hi.
Gagan. Good
Good
evening
to
to you, and good
thank
morning to
you.
those people who in Asia.
Yes, we are switching our time today where we always have done these live streams in the morning for US and the Western Hemisphere. And it was always late night in the Eastern Hemisphere. And in people in Asia, they were like waking up late night or not attending. But today we kind of rolled the dice and we said, okay, I am going to do it in the evening so that you guys are fresh and alive in the morning to watch us. So with further ado, we're going to talk about our session today. But first and foremost, I want to express my deepest condolences to William for the loss of his mother. He recently lost his mom. So, William, on behalf of our entire community, we pay our regards to your mom and we hope that you are taking care of yourself and your family. And that was one of the reasons that we took a little break. Armen is on vacation. Thank you, William. Thank you. And I know it is a big loss. I lost my dad 14 years ago, and it is still very heavy. And your mom was in pain, so may the universe and the Lord provide peace and help, healing to you, to your mom, and she rests in peace. So we're going to start our session today with a little bit of like delayed version of our energy forecast. But hey, whenever we show up and we want to talk about energy, here we are. So let me kickstart and show you my deck as to what we are going today and take you into the month of energy forecasting for June. So for those of you who are watching us live and this is your first time being here, my name is Gagan Sarkaria. I'm a high achievement business coach. I am also a certified Chinese metaphysics practitioner. I live in Texas, and I'm also the owner and the founder of Gagan Sarkaria International Consulting Group. Right here today on my team, I have William in my presence. Armen is in California on vacation, visiting his family, but he lives in Armenia. So today he is absent, but we wish him all the best so that he can enjoy his vacation with his nephews and nieces and sisters and family members. And William lives in Singapore. And all of us, we are entrepreneurs, business owners, multi-talented team, and we together formed Gagan Sarkaria International Consulting Group, where we assist determined entrepreneurs and focused professionals achieve remarkable success, whether that success is in the field of relationships, whether it's in career, in your businesses, in your entrepreneurial journey, or in your legacy creating journey. So today our topic is June 2025 monthly forecast using one of our favorite modalities, Qi Men Dun Jia. So what is it that we're going to do? Well, the first and foremost, you will need your destiny chart. So if you are new to the channel or you're new to QiMen, we would love for you to scan this QR code and plot your free Qi Men Dun Jia destiny chart. So what will that look like? Well, it will look like a chart like this, but it will have a word called destiny on the chart for you. So today I'm showing you the month chart for QiMen. So there are various kinds of QiMen charts. We have a year chart, we have a month chart, we have a day chart, we have an hour chart, we have a destiny chart, and we also have a 10-minute chart that we don't talk about. But however, in order for you to assess the energy of the month, why do we do that? Well, we do that because we would love for you to plan your month, whether you are focused on your career, whether you're focused on your relationships, on your health, and see how the monthly energies are going to affect you and help you create your month with success and peace and figure out how you can move forward if something is wrong, right? So that is the main focus. So if you look at on the top, the month of the June is from June 5th to July 6th. So the energies that are affecting us for this month, they are most active around, it takes 2-3 days for it to settle down and kind of kickstart the energy, and then it fizzles out towards the end. So right now we are kind of in the peak time of the month energy. So this is what the chart looks like. So if you have your destiny chart and you are looking at it, then you know how to overlay the chart and kind of consider what is happening in your life. So the month of June is the water horse, the Ren Wu month, which is from June 5th to July 6th. And we have the heavenly stem Yang water, the Ren heavenly stem on the top, and then the earthly branch is the Wu, which is the horse, which is the fire element. So what does these two represent? Kind of in a summarized version, the Ren, the Yang water, is the representation of flexibility, resourcefulness, and intelligence. It can also bring restlessness, uncertainty, or emotional fluctuations in your life. Whereas the earthly branch, the horse, the fire element, represents passion, energy, movement, and social interaction. So horse is also the part of the fire trinity, which enhances action and visibility. So for those of you who have horse in your chart in the Bhazi perspective, be mindful how these energies are going to affect you. One of the things that I also want to talk about is that the water and the fire element in the 5-element chart is a clash. What does that mean? Well, clash means that water wants to control fire. It creates tension, it creates volatility and opportunities for transformation. Not everything is always bad. There's always a yin and a yang cycle. So if you think a transformation is happening or is coming, or there is tension and volatility, we can always find certain spaces and moments and opportunities to create breakthroughs in those situations. Now you have to be mindful that emotions and tempers or temperaments may be heightened because of the energy. So you have to be adaptable, and it is very crucial for you to be patient and balanced and calm in your outbursts. So I talk about taking responsibility, whether it's in life, relationships, career, or business growth. And responsibility has the word response in it. It doesn't have the word reaction in it. So when we talk about taking responsibility or owning to our actions, it is a response, not a reaction. So I am giving you a little bit of tips here that the month of June, the energy is volatile. It can push your buttons, or other people might come into your life who will push your buttons. So you need to take responsibility and respond, not react. So certain themes for the month of June could be change and movement. Why? Because the energy is dynamic. Expect shifts in your careers, relationships, or maybe some projects. Maybe you've been working on certain projects and it needs a breakthrough. So we will go over in depth on the sectors, the different sectors on the QiMen chart. And if those sectors are your personal destiny palace, we will talk a little bit more about that. So emotional warm-ups, ups and downs, they're like a roller coaster ride. That could also be there because water over fire can bring mood swings. So the balance is the key. Now, there could be chances of travel and communication. So it is a good month definitely for networking, travel, or starting new ventures, but avoid impulsive decisions. Even if you're thinking of investment, even if you're thinking of starting a new project, it is very important that you do your thorough research and don't make impulsive decisions. There's this concept of FOMO, the fear of missing out. I think that is one of the key things that you need to figure out, that you do not go into a FOMO situation and make hasty decisions. Now, potential clashes could be between rat, if it's in your Vata chart, and horse. But we're going to talk about some situations and scenarios here based on QiMen. so that you can, and of course, William is here, so he's going to talk a little bit about Feng Shui also towards the end. So hang tight, don't go away as we go forward into our presentation today. So before I go further, I would love for you to come be a part of our Telegram channel. It's a free channel, it's a public channel. You can scan the QR code and come hang out with us and talk about energy, manifestation, creating abundance and prosperity in your life. It is full of positivity. We have a good crowd there. You can ask your questions about Chinese metaphysics, and we, meaning William, Armen, and I, will do our very best to answer your questions or give clarity. So come join us on Telegram. So let's start with the South sector today. Why? Because horse sits in the South. So if you have been watching our channel for energy forecast using QiMen, we always kind of pick the sector, the month that it inclines with. So in the South sector, as we are talking about abundance manifestation, how do you achieve abundance? So if South is your destiny palace, this month you have 9 Earth, a very high level and a great, very, very strong 9 Earth sitting in the South palace. So, just picture yourself that you need to have some armors. Why? Because we have the death door in the South sector. Well, when the death door appears, it's kind of a warning sign. Something is going to end. Now, the focus is, what is ending? Is it a relationship? Is it a business venture? Is it your career? Or is it just a project ending? Now, everything, your reality is with your perception. And you have to have a reality check. What is the universe giving you a hint of? What is going to end? So you have to make sure that you have a solid contingency plan, especially you are safeguarding your wealth, your career, or anything that can slip away, and then you are like wondering, like, what happened? So you have to be very cautious when there is no stream or water flowing, and it can get stagnant. But that is also when you bring in new energy and you start something new, fresh, because not every ending is bad. When something ends, that's when the new energy comes in. So you need to be more positive and look at the guidance as to what the universe is guiding you. So the next, we're going to walk towards Southwest sector. So if your destiny palace is in the Southwest, what are you going to expect? You're going to use black tortoise as the deity, which is also a strong number 4 deity energy right there, which with black tortoise, you can actually talk about your mindset. You can focus on mindset, improving your mindset and not having negative thoughts, because whatever you're going to think, you're going to manifest. So you have to take control of the storm before it gets to you. Why? Because there is a fear door. So I'm talking about fear door and the black tortoise combination here, that you should not consider the fearful thoughts, the negative thoughts in your mind, or consider the negative thoughts of somebody else trying to influence you. So others can influence you, and you can influence yourself, and you can influence others too. So the question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to let others influence you because you have the fear door and you are a little bit scared and you don't know what's happening and you are losing your control, or you have chaos around you? Because you have to understand, the chaos is just an opportunity for you to create the calmness inside it. It's an external and internal environment concept. So you have to keep your composure. You cannot be impulsive. And you have to make sure that you're taking the right action, because the impulsive actions could lead you to a regret. And that's something that you don't want. Now, you do have the sky horse here, and you also have death and emptiness, which we never talk about, because we talk about manifestation. We are not doing a forecasting reading here. So we are using the month chart to create opportunities for manifestation and abundance in your life, and take action based upon what is happening in that sector. So William, do you have anything to add so far, or should I just keep moving forward?
Yeah, you can keep moving forward. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I can continue. All right, so we are moving forward to the west sector after the southwest. So in the west palace, what happens? If your destiny palace on your personal QiMen chart, which is a fixed chart, the destiny chart does not move. It's a fixed chart. It's your natal birth chart. So if your destiny palace is in the west sector, what is there? Well, we have the envoy door, which is the lead door, the open door. And I like open door with open possibilities. Open door always brings great opportunities and opens the door for something good to come in. Well, we have the white tiger sitting in the west, which is a level 6 white tiger. So very high level energy. It can be aggressive. So when you are manifesting and using the energy of white tiger, you always have to command white tiger to give you more energy if you are low on energy. And I like calling upon white tiger when I have deadlines or I'm going into a presentation and I need the boost of energy to manifest. So that's where white tiger is very helpful. Now, and let's say if you are preparing for a board meeting or a business presentation, or you're going in to close some sales, or if you're going in to present yourself, maybe an annual review, you need to understand that the aggressive energy needs to be tamed down a little bit, and you need to know your battlefield, because tiny little sparks can start the wildfire. So you have to be cautious that if there is any break in some systems, or if there is a break in any process or in relationships, how are you going to use that opportunity to build the bridges? Because there is an opportunity of great prosperity if your palace is in destiny palace is in the west. So you have to handle the situation carefully. You have to make sure that you're not aggressive, and it's not the highway or the my way kind of a concept. So moving forward, the next one I want to talk about is the northwest sector. On if your destiny palace is in the northwest, then what's happening? Well, you've got the amazing six harmony deity in there. You have the rest door in there, and you've got these amazing, wonderful QiMen formations. And sometimes when we talk about making progress, you have to be very patient. Patience and perseverance. You have to have when you are building a business, when you're growing your career, or let's say you are an author and you're writing a book, or let's say you are building an agency, or you're building a team, you're building a relationship. It is very important for you to be patient and nurture that seed that you're planting. Why? Because think about it. One of the examples that I can give you is the bamboo tree. How many years does a tree, the bamboo seed, grows underneath the ground earth? And then suddenly in 12 weeks, it just shoots up. You have to patiently nurture and water and take care of the seeds that you've been planting, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in team building, whether it's in networking, whether it's in growing your family or business. You have to make sure that you're nurturing it with proper collaboration and relationships. Now, the word of caution here, pulling up a young tree won't make it grow faster. Meaning, if you are also going to break away and break a relationship before it nurtures, before the final destination is there, you will lose the abundance that you have the potentiality to create. So I know this is a time for patience, and it calls for you to be patient, but collaboration is very important. So I know, William, you have something to share here.
Yes, I do. Okay.
Okay.
Because this cover the part that where is the Qimen formation, which I think is very important and very useful. I want to talk about before I talk about the Qimen formation, I want to talk a little bit on this hexagram called not yet accomplished. So not yet accomplished hexagram in this sector, it means something is not yet completed, as the name implies. That's to say that if you have something in hand and not doing it, and then if you are not going to complete this, that will be quite detrimental. So that's to say that if you have something to do it quick and do it now and finish it to make it accomplished, right? So on top of that, you have the help for this formation. There are two of the formation I want to mention. The first one, those are in red, okay? The first one, the top on the list is the one you call Tie Xue. Tie Xue is the first one, Diexue, or the Die is to pronounce as Die, not die, okay? So this is how the Chinese words pronunciation. So it's Tie Xue. Tie Xue in other language people that actually used to talk about is we call it flying bird falling to cave. That's the terminology I think some of the master like to use, or even my master Joe Yap, he like to use the shape called flying bird falling the cave. So what does it mean by this formation? It means everything fall into your lap easily and effortlessly. So that's to say, with this the shape or flying bird falling the cave, if you are going to back face, remember QiMen will always back face, okay, and this is the sector of northwest. So you back face northwest, and you do your whatever activities or the manifestation, and whatever you manifest or everything you do, you will come in effortlessly into your lap. Okay, this is called the flying bird or Tie Xue. The next one is called Xiu Zha. Xiu Zha, the second one, Xiu Zha, pronounced Xiu Zha. Xiu Zha is referring to, again, under this Joy Yap terminology, is called nobility deception. Okay, nobility deception means actually that during this time, somehow there are some people who are higher power or higher level, or some leaders actually, or some noblemen actually coming to your help in terms of we are facing some concerns or difficulties. So that's to say that with this Tie Xue or flying bird and the Xiu Jia, means that this sector is a very good sector of to back face, to induce the kind of energy to get things done quickly, and then get help from people who has higher power. That's why I say the Histogram said not yet accomplished. That means you have to do something this month quickly, and then using these two formation to complete it, in short. So the other two I will not talk about because we seldom use the other two. Okay, right. So this is the first two that is very important. Back to you, Gagan.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing the special QiMen formations. You know, these two are very powerful together and separately too. For those who are in the Northwest, they have the blessing, but you know, the universal message, not yet completed, is very important. Why? Because if you don't complete it, it's going to be detrimental. But because of the special formations, I think completing certain projects or situations, taking care of certain things, especially responsibilities that you either haven't been able to complete or you've ran away from your certain responsibilities. I think this is a universal blessing, you know, for people to complete those things this month. So please, people, take advantage of the energy. The universe is there to support you for that aspect. Moving on, next we are going to talk about North Sector. So people who have the Destiny Palace in the North, we have the heavenly, the great moon right here sitting in the North for you. So you can use the great moon to manifest, to ask for increase in your knowledge and your ability, certain things that are you born with talents, you can enhance your skill sets, you could do that. But it is also a very powerful door, the life door, sitting in the North with you. But of course, you have the humility hexagram in here too. So we have to take the opportunity to recognize when is it time to access your profits and walk away. And you have to know, are you operating because of fear or greed, or you're actually being very strategic in your understanding of profits and revenue creation? So if you say no, to the greed aspect and you know exactly when to exit, you will not be going into losses. So you have to understand that sometimes the knowledge, the situation, the problem could come if you are in the north sector is because of lack of information. But because you have Destiny Palace in North, you can tap into the power of the heavenly moon to kind of tap into the secrets that you don't know or enhance your skills. So when behind the scenes situations happen and there is a clash of viewpoints, sometimes the leadership disappears. Now, are you the leader? Are you going to disappear? Or are you going to stick around and you're going to tap into your knowledge and your wisdom and help people gain trust and achieve success and profits in your business, in your life? Now, you know, you might say that my focus is relationships. How do I gain profits in relationships? Well, if you're having a good relationship and you are building trust and you have the happiness and the joy and the bliss, I see that a win-win strategy there. Then that's a profit in having a good relationship too. So profits not only mean that, okay, I only need money. Even though Life Door is all about profits and money, you can have success and transform that based on your focus and what is it that you want to achieve. So moving forward, let's go to the northeast sector. So people who have the Destiny Palace in the northeast sector, we've got the Surging Snake, a 7-level Surging Snake. And if you know from period 9 masterclass, and if you've heard other QiMen sessions that we've done where William has shared how powerful Surging Snake is for period 9, and if you don't know what period 9 is, there is a masterclass that you can take and you can actually enhance your ability to make money for the next 18 years. That's pretty powerful. So with Surging Snake, a 7-level Surging Snake this month visiting northeast sector, people who have the Destiny Palace have an amazing opportunity because sometimes just the power of Surging Snake to change the environment that you're in to your advantage can be the biggest strategy you can deploy. And that Surging Snake controlling the environment and then you controlling Surging Snake and manifesting, that is a win-win strategy in itself. Why? Because the harm door can be conceived as you have the power to control the situation. If you're looking at it from the positive aspect, you know, you might have the survival is difficult, but you can actually tap into the power of Surging Snake and make it work for yourself. So I love Surging Snake. Why? Because Surging Snake is my karma palace deity also. So I work really well with Surging Snake. So when you see a 7-level Surging Snake, I don't care if Surging Snake is in my Destiny Palace or not. I want to go tap into Surging Snake and create abundance and results for myself. So there could be, sometimes high pressure tactics that can, cause you some stress. That's where I feel that Surging Snake can help you build genuine relationships and change the environment to your advantage so that you can close more deals, you can be a better leader, you can actually have a better thriving family or teams. I absolutely feel that if you can tap into the environment, inside and external, that really creates a competitive advantage for everybody. So the next we're going to talk about is the East sector. So for those of you who have the Destiny Palace, your Destiny Palace is in the East sector, we have our amazing, powerful chief sitting in there. So sometimes when you have chief and the delusion door, what happens? Delusion door is where you can tap into the delusion door would be like hiding, or delusion door energy is like you want to do something, but you're not visible to the other parties. So delusion door can be used no matter what situation for good. How delusion door can be used for studying. It could be used for preparation where nobody can disturb you. It could also protect you from harm so that you're not visible, when you use and deploy the energy of delusion door. So this month, I would say with Chief, sometimes it's better to stay back and let things happen and tap into the power of Chief for protection. Getting involved might not be smart in this situation. So watch things, keep your distance, be safe. That is the message for the month of June. And sometimes, leaders can miss what's hidden. From a chief perspective, you are the top level CEO or the boss, or you are the leader of the leaders. Sometimes, you can't see what is happening. And that's where you have to be more proactive and see where the truth is. Is the truth hidden? If you go search for truth, Chief will bring the truth out for you, no matter if it's a death door or a delusion door. You just have to understand how to work with Chief. And I think with the meeting hexagram, that's a good sign for you to understand that, you have to meet with your leaders too, to figure out what is hidden, what is behind the doors, what are they thinking internally, where is the project happening, because maybe you don't have the right report. So that is the east sector. Now, the last one we are going to talk about is the southeast sector. Again, this is a very powerful sector for those who have Destiny Palace in the southeast sector. You have 9 heavens sitting and visiting you in this sector. We've got the scenery door, we've got the grass, and of course, we've got some amazing formations here as well. And then the accomplished hexagram. So when working with 9 heavens, we can actually visualize and bring what is far in our vision closer to us, to manifest. Or your brand, your presence could go international, long distance, where you never thought that you could have an outreach. 9 heavens gives you those kind of blessings and opportunities. And a 0 level or a Dao level, 9 heavens is very powerful, equally powerful. But again, it manifests how you feel and what you see and what you bring to the surface. If you're always going to be in self-doubt and you're always visualizing yourself as a failure or not deserving enough, that's what 9 heaven is going to give you then. Now, scenery door I like because it's about building your brand, building your presence. It's building your impression. It also allows you to build trust, long distance trust. Like, these days in period 9, it's all about virtual presence, reaching masses through technology, reaching masses through, sessions and live streams like this. So it is an important way for you to build trust, but not be forceful or hurt the relationships or the people. Authenticity matters. Whether it's in QiMen, Bazi, Z-Way, does not matter whether you follow Chinese metaphysics or not. Your authenticity, your integrity, and your intention matters the most, because that is where everything comes out from. If your intention is not pure, if your intention is not honest, and your intention is not humble, then the universe is going to react in that same frequency vibration, because whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, the universe is always listening. What is the frequency, the vibration is that you're sending to the universe? That matters or not most. So you have to honor your commitments, and before seeking new rewards or trying to rush into a greed aspect, like, oh, FOMO happening here, if you can be still and patient, and you want to be recognized as a brand of integrity, it is important for you to be humble and grateful and visualize those energies. So I know, William, you want to talk about the formations here.
Yes, that's my cue. Okay. As you can see, there are 3 formations. I will only mention the last one, the third one. We call it Tian Jia. Tian Jia. It's called Tian Jia. Tian Jia, again in zodiac terminology, is called heavenly faith. Or it has a new term called divine veil. You see, you have many new terms that actually have been changing here and there. But in actual fact, it's called Tian Jia, or heavenly faith. So what does this heavenly faith can do is that it's very similar to nobility deception, which is just how we call it a Shui. Okay, it's quite similar that I mentioned earlier. However, this one is a little bit more like asking for help. You're asking for the divine energy, asking for somebody is for or the government, higher power, not just leader. It means somebody that you cannot. It's difficult to reach as some like government. Sometimes you want to reach the government to do something, it's not easy, right? Or the divine power or the universe. So this asking for help from this universe or the government higher level, that to help it to solve some problem or some issue. So you can see that there's a nine heaven, which is very good actually tuning together with this Tian Jia. Okay, so that this Tian Jia, or we call it a heavenly fake, actually will make things easier for you to ask for help. Okay, ask for help. Right. Uh, uh, as you can see that from just now, from now I was talking about some formation here and there. Okay, here. I just want to make a little announcement in advance. Actually, I'm preparing we call it a personal Tongshu calendar. Okay, we are still in the progress of doing it. What can this personal Tongshu calendar does is that it is actually very personalized using your chart or your birth date and time to create some good form or to find good formation in your important palace. Example, like in your destiny palace, in your wealth palace, in your career palace, in your relationship palace, and last but not least, it could be in your health palace. So what are these formation can do in this so-called palaces is will boost the energy or 10x the energy in the particular sector on certain time, certain date, right? So this personal Tongshu calendar is something that is created as it's a monthly calendar, so that you can use it every month to search of the thing, the energy that you want to connect with. And then you can increase the energy level to connect with the universe and then to achieve the thing, the goal or you want. So this one I'm in the progress of the doing. Okay, so please look out for this announcement probably in probably I guess 1 to 2 months time. Right. Back to Gagan.
Well, thank you so much. And this is a great announcement because I want to testify and share because you did a personal calendar example for me, personal to me. And I will tell you, I got great results using the time period and using the commands and understanding the heavenly fakes also and kind of applying them in my daily activities. That I did that for like the month of April, and I could see immediate results using and layering of the personalized energy out of the calendar. So I will probably be the first one asking you, okay, I want it every month. You know? So for those of you who are listening to us, and you want a personalized approach to manifestation, achieving results, creating success in your life in different aspects, and you're looking into special timings for manifestation, making commands using QiMen, the personal Tongshu, the personal calendar that we are going to be rolling out soon is going to be your go-to tool on a daily basis. And we will keep it very nominal on a subscription plan so that you can get it every month from William, because it is going to be done manually. There is no software that we're going to use to just plot it and just do that. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of understanding, and it takes a lot of preparation to design a beautiful PDF where you can print it and use it on a regular daily basis and achieve success. Now, I'll tell you, after the personal Tongshu that I use that William created for me, I think I started seeing the results the first week. And then after I was done with 3 weeks, I got the opportunity to lead a 21 consecutive day training program where it was mindset development, leadership development, and business development for people in India, all entrepreneurs, all of them entrepreneurs and business owners. And I had people on average 800 people sitting in my Zoom trainings. And they're also live streamed on my Limitless Crowd YouTube channel. So if you want to go take a peek, you can, because that opportunity came because I was manifesting for something really big. And I had the honor and the opportunity that people reached out and said, we have seen your stuff. We want trainings from you. Is there something we can do? And I said, yes. So we will be doing something 21-day series for this channel as well. William, Armen, and I are discussing that. What are we going to do? How are we going to do that? I would love for you to come be a part of our journey and do something together with us. And we might open up our Zoom sessions where you can actually register and sit with us, and we can do certain trainings, and we would love to grow the team and grow our channel as well. So let's talk about what's next. Well, let's go over a little bit of a summary. Now, what is the summary? Here is the summary for the month of June based on QiMen perspective. The general Qi, or the energy, is fast moving. It's passionate, but it can also be unstable. So opportunities can arise really fast and quick. So you have to take decisive action, but it has to be thoughtful. It has to be really thorough. You have to feel confident in your action and in your decisions. Now, favorable activities for this month could be launching new projects or making strategic moves if possible, but planning needs to be solid. And I always say preparation beats planning. What does that mean? Well, that means that if you prepared for an opportunity that knocks on your door and you prepare to open the door, that opportunity is yours. But if you keep planning, but you are not prepared internally and externally, like in your skill set, in your resources, in your ability to understand something, then you might lose that. So this is very fast energy this month. Now, networking, marketing, and public activities can really boost your presence. So that is also something you can consider. Reasonable time this month is a good time for self-promotion and visibility. And earlier I was talking to William and I said, you know what, my goal is to double our subscribers this summer. And he says, okay, let's go do that. So I encourage all the people who are watching us live, and 50% of the people to our YouTube channel, which is the High Achievement Coach channel, they come and they watch videos, but they don't subscribe. So I request and encourage every subscriber, every viewer to our channel to please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That helps us bring more awareness to you guys. So in the month of June, a little bit of cautions would be avoid unnecessary risks that you haven't thought through, and any confrontations if people are reacting, because the emotions are going to be really high. Be vigilant of any disputes or legal issues, particularly in business partnerships. So a little bit of tips. I've got 4 tips for the month of June. Stay flexible. Adapt to the changing situations and don't get stuck on old plans. Like I said, preparation beats planning, so be prepared. Balanced action is another tip. Reflect on what is happening. Don't let impulsiveness override your logic. Be in a balanced situation. And if you can't be, talk to your partners, talk to your core team. My core team in this business is William and Armen. So we 3 of us are our core team, and we talk about everything. Who is your core team? Do you have one? If not, maybe this is the time to think about your core team. Your core team can be 3 people, it can be 6 people. And after your core team comes your involved team. Who is your involved team? Like for me, all the people who are in our Telegram channel or who are viewing us right now or later are our involved team. So be careful. You have to make sure that you're looking at the right action for your business and your growth. Now, mental health is very important. So practice grounding activities to prevent burnout. Why? Let's say if you have a white tiger, very aggressive, right? So if you feel that you're exhausted and you are at the point of burnout, time to slow down, time to rest. It is very important to ground yourself. Now, 4th tip for the month of June will be watch out for relationship tension. With heightened emotions, communication is the key. Very, very important, because if you're not going to communicate, or let's say communication is the issue, whether that issue is in your career, business, team building, communicating with the doctor, If communication is the issue, what is going to happen? Well, the affinity is going to break, and that will affect the reality. So, in this month of June, those were my tips and the summary. So, if you have enjoyed our session, I love for you to come and subscribe. So make sure that you're sharing our live streams and our videos with your loved ones. Bring your people here. And again, once again, come hang out with us in Telegram. Here is the QR code. And with that, I'm going to also share that if you are interested in a personal consultation, if you are struggling in life, in relationships, in business, or you just don't know which part of your career you need to focus on, or what do you need to focus on, or if you have a desire for like, hey, I need a passive income, or I need something extra, supplemental income, or I'm retiring, but I don't know what I'm going to do, come have a consultation with us. We can definitely guide you, whether it is through QiMen, through Feng Shui, Bazi, whatever it is, we will find solutions. Why? Because we three are very results driven and solution oriented team. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic to William. We are going to talk about Feng Shui, and he is going to take you inside the world of Feng Shui for the month of June. Back to you, William.
Okay, thank you, Gagan. Okay, we are now back to Feng Shui. Okay. Okay, before I go on to the Feng Shui, I just want to reiterate that when we're doing QiMen, we are always talking about backing the direction. When it comes to Feng Shui, it's talking about the sector. So it's not about backing, it's about the sector of the house or your workplace and so on. So don't confuse with QiMen, which is using backing regardless of sectors, and Feng Shui is on the sectors regardless of the direction. So don't mix up with these two systems, right? So Feng Shui, we are talking about monthly energy Feng Shui this month, June, which is a month of horse as well, right? So as you can see, for the month of June, horse month, there are some negative sector, okay, that you need to be wary of. Okay, first one is the Grand Duke. Okay, but in fact, actually, Grand Duke is not that detrimental in a sense to me. How I see, to me, Grand Duke is just that you just need to be, though it's put as a negative black color. Okay, to me, you have to become outstanding. You have to show up, show off that what you have, or make yourself present, make yourself seen, and then you're actually in line with the energy. It doesn't mean that actually, oh, Grand Duke, I should hide. You shouldn't hide if the sector you are using, usually in the south sector, which is a Grand Duke, and then you are trying to hide yourself, or then would be against the energy level, right? So if the room that you are always using is in the south, which is the house sector, as again Grand Duke, you should actually uh, be public, let people see you more often. Okay. However, for the sector of East, we have a 5 yellow, okay, for this month of June. And then we have this month breaker and tree killing as well in the north. Then these are the two sectors that is very, very careful. Try to not to do any renovation, hacking, or moving heavy objects in this sector of your house, okay, for the month of June. Because all these activities will activate this negative energy, and 5 yellow will create some calamities that may happen, which we don't want. And then this month breaker as well also will create some uh, uh, impact to your so-called your life, or even your activities, especially tree killings. Maybe will fall sick and so on. So be careful of these two sectors, 5 yellow and tree killing. At the same time, you can see that this is the year chart, and this is the month chart for the energy. So you can see in the year, we also have the 5 yellow in the northeast, which is for the full year of the 2025, which again shouldn't do any renovation or moving heavy objects or hacking in this sector of the house, right? Even though we have a dragon virtue, which is very good problem solving stars, but again, this month we do have this called the month breaker and tree killing. So in June, try not to do any activation in this sector, if possible. Okay, even if there's a need for activation, you have to be very cautious on which direction. Okay, you have to know what you are doing. Of course, there are people really do the activation of this tree killing, because there's a saying now, in Cantonese word, you five fat tao sam sat. That's to say that if you want to have a quick wealth earning, you have to fight against this type of strong energies. Which is, but again, if you know how to use it, it's fine. If you don't know, try not to do anything. Okay, right? And you can see that in the south of this sector, we also have the sun. But for the month of June, because of this grandeur, just be mindful. Just be mindful. Okay, because sun is also a very good energy for, we call it the mitigating some negative impact, right? And then of course for the year we have this moon and the great sun, which is also very good, right? And then there's a year breaker over here, because there's a grand duke snake year. Snake is over here, so there's a snake grand duke, and then there's a year breaker pig, right? Pig is here. So these are the sectors you just need to be aware. So you can see there are some sectors which is quite empty, which is west. There's nothing west. There's nothing. So it actually come to my next segment, which is this flying star. Okay, so you can see that this is the flying star of the month of June and the year. So you can see on the top right corner is called the year flying star. On the top left corner is called the month flying star. So you have two flying star coming in. One is a year flying star, one is a month flying star. So we can see, let's start from the southeast. We have a 6 and 1. 6 is the month flying star, 1 is the year flying star, and so on, right? So you can see there's 6, 1, 2, 6, 4, 8, 9, 4, 8, 3, 3, 7, 1, 5, 5, 9, and 7, 2 in the center, right? And you can also see that actually, if you know a little bit of Feng Shui on this, we call it a He-Tu, okay, He-Tu. He-Tu combination, these are the He-Tu combination. 6-1 is He-Tu combination. 7-2 is a He-Tu combination. 9-4 is a He-Tu combination. And then 8-3 is also a He-Tu combination. There are only 4 combinations in He-Tu, and all appear in the same month. So you can see how unique is this chart. Okay, how unique. So you can see that. So then again, you will say, from just now the previous page, okay, talk about what is a sector that is safe to do. So I will say it's a west, because west there's nothing. Though there's nothing, there's no good start. But again, because of this, we call it the He-Tu of 9-4 in here, which is in period 9, the 4 very good flying star is 9, 1, 2, 4. Right, I repeat again. Period 9, if you attended our period 9 masterclass, I did mention is 9, 1, 2, 4. So you will see 9, 1, 2, or 4, which is good. Okay, means good. So you can see there's a 9 and 4 together in this west. That's to say, in west, this month is quite good energy. Quite good energy, because there's a 9 and 4 together. It means year we have 4, and the month we have 9. Okay, I'll not go into detail on what is 9 represent, what is 4 representing. It's fine, okay? Or we just need to know west is a very good sector. On top of that, I don't want to go a little bit more advanced, and I won't go into very detail, because this is very advanced called the theory, okay, on this called month replace month Histogram chart. Okay, this is using the purple white script, or we call the Xuan Gong Da Gua, which is another level. Okay, I will cut it short to make this thing easy to understand, right? So let us zoom in again. You can see that again, when we call the month replace month Histogram chart for the June, we see a 9 and 4 at the same time again. It doesn't happen this thing often. It means the month replace month chart and the month flying star chart, it doesn't really every month is the same. But it happened to be this year, or in 2025 June, is the same. You can see 6-1, 6 and 1, 2-6, 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 4 and 8, and then 9 and 4, and 9 and 4. So that's to say that this energy of we call it the month replace month Histogram chart is in line with the energy of this 9 and 4 in the flying star chart. Again, so what does it mean? For this 9 and 4, okay, 9 and 4, it form a histogram called family. Okay, these two called family. So what does it mean by family histogram? Okay, family means that that's to say that okay, let me look at it. Family is built out of these two trigram, and these two trigram all represent female. just in case, if you know a little bit of hexagram and trigram, it represents female, okay? And this sector west is also female. So you can see that in this sector, we are talking about woman's power, okay? Woman's power, woman's in control, okay? Woman's in control. But nevertheless, though woman in control, somehow the man has to come in to assist. It has to balance the yin and yang, okay? Yin and yang. So it has to be a balance. So even the woman control, the man have to come in and assist. So the family hexagram means that both have their own tasks. Like in traditional, so-called the traditional way of reading this called it hexagram or the feng shui or bazi. Woman is always the person in control on the house, within the house. Man is the one working outside, okay, out of the house, control out of the house, bring in money, right? So they have different roles and responsibilities. So in this family hexagram, that means to say that each of them will need to have their own responsibility. It means if your room or the place you always use is in the west, that's to say that be it you're a woman or man, you need to, we say that you do your own so-called your duty to do the job, make it done. And this is a hexagram in the west, or this is a sector in the west, is also talk about communication. That means to say that you need to communicate well in this sector with whoever in charge, that they make sure each of them, their responsibility, their duties has been carried out accordingly. So this is a very important sector, I would say, you can use in the west with this hexagram family and with the 9 and 4 Her2 combination. Right. I will end this feng shui part with a little bit of extra, is the activation. So the activation definitely has to come in the west, right? Because I'm talking about the west, right? So you can see we have west tree. In case you don't know where is west tree, okay, or west tree. So west tree, in the mean line of the west tree, that means the center line of the west tree is the degree of 285. 285 exactly is 2 is the west tree. Of course, there's I mean, if you look into the compass, there is a range. It's not exactly just one line. 285 is west tree. There's a range from when certain degree to certain degree it forms the west tree. So what is the degree that form the west tree? It's 277.5 to 292.5. I repeat, it's 277.5 to 292.5 with the mean at 285. So this is the sector of the west tree. Take out the compass, stand in the center of the house and find where is west tree. Okay, where is west tree? Because this month west tree, we have this greedy wolf. It's about wealth, and with this heavenly depot, okay, and this Monday virtue combo, which is very good to bring in energy for wealth, for recognition, and at the same time for the success, right? So with these three powerful stars coming in the west tree, that is again with the west tree. Remember, in the west, I remember just I was talking about with the 9-4 Her2 combo, and also with the family hexagram. These are the certain dates and time that I actually would actually recommend you to do activation. Again, it's up to you whether you want to do the activation. I'll leave it to you. Which is the one is coming very soon. Is on the 16th of June between 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. The next one will be slightly later, 26th of June between 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. So what kind of activation you'll be talking about? Okay, it's because this is a wax sector. So we will prefer water activation. Okay. Again, if you're not sure what is water activation, you can actually view back to our one of the live stream talking about feng shui. I did mention about what is water activation. Just do the water activation for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks is good enough. Okay, because this is the month energy. So we are not talking about too long-term activation. It's for the month of June only, right? So you set up this water activation on these dates if you can. It's just either one. You don't have to do both. There are 2 dates. Just do either one. If 16 is not feasible, then do on 26. It's fine, right? It's not that you have to do both. Not necessary. Right. So choose one and then you do the activation. Personally, I have already set up into my calendar. I will do it on the 16th. I will do it There's no specific reason why I will do on 16th, because on the 26th I'm away, so I cannot do the activation because I'm away to Langkawi to attend a seminar by Master Dr. Joey Yap on the QiMen part. So I'll be away from 24th to 30th June to attend his classes in Langkawi. So I won't be around to do the activation. That's why it fit into my calendar, which I am going to do it on the 16th. Right? Right. But again, if you miss this so-called this month activation, not to worry. Actually, every month there's a lot of activation. I mean, if there's some good activation, I'll share along the way in the future live stream. Okay? Right. So now I bring back to Gagan.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This was fabulous. I love the Qi part, and I love layering feng shui with it. And you just added, icing on the cake here with activations and how important the West sector is, and how can you actually activate the sector with water activation. And of course, people can go back and look at what is fire and water activation in the feng shui sessions. That will be a good one. And again, I'm going to end the session today with encouraging everybody to subscribe to our channel. If you liked what we are sharing, please share it with your loved ones. Go back and watch it again and ask questions. If you have any questions, comments, we would love your feedback. And until next time, this is Gagan Sarkaria signing off with an amazing session about how can you strategize and tap into the energies of the month of June and ride this wave and be calm and collective and enjoy the session and create your success. Thank you so much. Saying good night, good morning, good evening to everyone. Take care. Bye now. We will see you in the next session.